A soldier in Ukraine picked up a brand new Western rifle, pulled the trigger on a freezing morning, and it jammed twice. His backup was a rusty AK built in 1962. Meanwhile, in Myanmar, a welder with zero combat training built a working rifle in his living room. Two wars, two completely different problems, and they both point to the same answer about what actually survives when everything falls apart. Number 10. Ammo wins wars, not rifles. When Russia invaded Ukraine in February 2022, every Ukrainian soldier carried basically the same gun, a K-74 chambered in 5.45 by 39. Both sides shot the same caliber, so every abandoned trench was a free ammo resupply. Then, the West started sending help. M4s from America, CZ Bren 2s from the Czech Republic, rifles from Poland, Germany, Belgium, all shooting different rounds. By 2025, Ukrainian forces were juggling 4 separate caliber groups at the same time. Soldiers started choosing their weapon based on what ammo they could find on the ground, not what shot best on a range. An American volunteer with Ukraine's 59th Motorized Brigade said his unit went back to AK-74 platforms because 5.45 rounds were lying everywhere after Russian assaults. NATO 5.56 was harder to scavenge, and Western resupply shipments were hit or miss. Think about that. Soldiers in an active war zone chose their weapon based on what they could pick up off the dirt, not what performed best in a test. So, before you obsess over which rifle to buy, ask one question: can you find ammo for it when every store within 100 miles goes dark? In America, that answer is 5.56 NATO or 7.62 by 51. Stock what is common, not what is cool. Everything else is a gamble you do not want to take. But ammo is only half the equation. The rifle carrying those rounds just got stress tested harder than anything in modern history. Number 9. The AR-15 just won the argument. Ukraine did something in 2023 that surprised everyone. They officially adopted the UAR-15, a homegrown AR-15 variant, to replace the Kalashnikov. The same platform that people argue about online just became the standard rifle for a country fighting the second largest army on Earth. Soldiers said it was lighter by 600 grams, more accurate, and way easier to mount optics on. The barrel lasts 10,000 rounds. When a part breaks, you swap it in minutes instead of scrapping the whole gun. One soldier said his old AK was made in 1962, rusty and worn, and it failed to fire twice the first time he used it. That is the reality of aging Soviet stockpiles. There are roughly 20 million AR-15s in American homes right now. Parts are everywhere. Magazines cost nothing. Ammo is the most available rifle round in the country. When the world gets ugly, availability crushes performance specs every single time. That said, the AR has one weakness Ukraine exposed the hard way, and you would never notice it at a range on a sunny afternoon. Number 8. Gas piston systems proved their worth. A standard AR-15 runs on direct impingement. Hot gas blows straight back into the bolt carrier. Clean gun, clean day, it runs perfectly. But pile on a week of mud, freezing rain, and carbon buildup with zero time to clean, and those hot gases start causing problems. Ukrainian soldiers using M4s reported issues in deep winter. The CZ Bren 2 and HK416, both piston-driven, ran cleaner and jammed less in identical conditions. The piston keeps dirty gas away from the bolt. Fewer stoppages when a single jam could cost your life. Piston uppers like the SIG MCX or BRN18 cost more upfront. But when you cannot clean your rifle for 2 weeks, that extra cost turns into the best insurance you ever bought. Reliability is one thing, but both wars hammered home something else that changes your entire kit. Number 7. Every extra ounce will punish you. In Myanmar, resistance fighters cross jungles and mountains on foot before they ever fire a shot. Their rifles are stripped to nothing. No bipods, no lasers, no foregrips. Same story in Ukraine. That 600-gram weight savings of the UAR-15 over the old AK meant more room for water, food, and extra magazines. When logistics collapse and resupply stops, every single gram on your back is a choice between survival gear and dead weight that slows you down. A red dot, a weapon light, a sling, and a suppressor if you can swing it. That is your SHTF loadout. Everything else slows you down when speed keeps you alive, and the next entry caught the entire military world completely off guard. Number 6. Shotguns just became a frontline weapon again. 5 years ago, if someone told you 12-gauge shotguns would become critical on a modern battlefield, you would have laughed. Nobody is laughing now. FPV drones changed everything. These tiny, fast, cheap-flying bombs are the #1 killer of infantry in Ukraine right now. And the best tool to knock one out of the sky is not a rifle. It is a shotgun loaded with birdshot or specialized anti-drone rounds. Ukrainian squads now have dedicated shotgun operators whose only job is watching the sky and shooting down anything that buzzes. It takes about 4 to 5 shots to down a fast-moving drone, and a shotgun spread gives you odds a rifle cannot match. Ukraine even developed a round called the Pavok that shoots Kevlar carbon thread to tangle rotors mid-flight. A semi-auto 12-gauge like the Beretta 1301 or Benelli M4 is not a closet gun anymore. Drones are cheap, easy to build, and headed everywhere. If this is changing how you think about your setup, hit subscribe. We pull real lessons from real wars every week. Number 5. A rifle without an optic is fighting blind. When Western weapons arrived in Ukraine, the most requested accessory was not magazines or suppressors. It was optics. Red dots and variable scopes changed how fast soldiers acquired targets under stress. The difference was night and day. In Myanmar, resistance fighters with iron sights struggled against government troops, carrying glass mounted on their rifles. The gap in optics mattered more than the gap in the rifles themselves. A soldier who can see clearly and aim fast will beat a soldier with a better gun and worse eyes every time. A solid red dot in the $400 to $600 range gives you a massive edge. Need to reach past 300 yards? A 1 to 6 power LPVO handles nearly every realistic scenario. There is another piece of gear both wars are calling essential, and it has nothing to do with aiming. Number 4. Suppressors are saving lives. Right now, Ukraine's UAR-15 was built from the ground up with suppressor compatibility. A muzzle flash or loud gunshot in Ukraine does not just reveal your position to soldiers, it reveals you to drones. A drone strike can arrive in minutes. Keeping your signature small is survival, not preference. In the US, suppressors are legal in 42 states with NFA paperwork. They cut noise, kill flash, and save your hearing when ear protection is not an option. And in a real emergency, you will never have time to put on Ear Pro. Plan your barrel and muzzle device around a suppressor from the start. Number 3. One rifle, multiple calibers. Ukraine's 4-caliber mess proved supply chains break in war, and when they break, you are stuck with whatever rounds are available in your area. The SIG MCX was designed to solve exactly that problem. Swap a barrel, change a bolt, and you go from 5.56 to 300 blackout to 7.62 by 39 in minutes. One rifle that eats whatever ammo you find. Britain's Royal Marines adopted an MCX variant for this exact reason. For your plan, a standard AR-15 lower with a 5.56 upper and a 300. Blackout upper gives you 2 calibers for 1 extra barrel assembly. When your preferred ammo dries up, flexibility is the difference between a weapon and a paperweight. Every entry so far has been about fighting, but the next one is about something just as critical, and almost everyone overlooks it. Number 2. The .22 LR might keep you alive longer than any battle rifle. Nobody clears a trench with a .22, but when grocery stores go dark, the .22 LR becomes the most valuable caliber you own. 1 pound of .22 LR holds 133 rounds, 1 pound of 5.56 gives you 35, 1 pound of .308 gives you 20. You can stuff 500 rounds in a cargo pocket and forget they are there. In Myanmar, rural fighters use small caliber hunting rifles when manufactured weapons ran out. Feeding yourself with rabbits, squirrels and birds requires a quiet, light gun with cheap ammo that does not announce your position to everyone within a mile. Not a battle rifle. A Ruger 1022 Takedown or CZ 457 belongs in every preparedness plan right next to your primary rifle. One gun is for fighting, the other is for eating. You need both. But the single most important lesson from both wars, the one that makes everything else on this list worthless if you ignore it, is next. Number 1. Training beats hardware every time. No exceptions. Ukrainian instructors working with freshly mobilized soldiers discovered something painful. Many were men over 45 who had never touched a weapon. Giving them a better rifle made them worse, not better. One instructor said that if his trainees switched from AKs to any Western model, combat capability would drop from near zero to negative. The weapon was more complex than they could handle under real stress. In Myanmar, the deadliest resistance fighters were not the ones with the best guns. They were the ones who drilled relentlessly with whatever they had. Marksmanship, movement, communication, discipline. Some of them started with homemade single-shot rifles and still outfought government soldiers carrying factory weapons. That kept them alive. Not brand names. You can drop $3,000 on a top-shelf rifle, but if you never train with it in rain, with cold hands and an empty stomach, you bought a wall decoration. Get a solid AR in the $800 to $1,200 range, spend the rest on ammo and range time, and shoot until it feels like part of your body. 1,000 rounds through a mid-range rifle with a trained shooter will crush a safe queen every single day of the week. 2 wars keep screaming that lesson. Almost nobody wants to hear it. 2 wars, 10 lessons, 1 truth. The best SHTF rifle is the one you train with, feed easily, and trust with your life. Which lesson hit hardest? Tell me below.